What's up, winners? Off to do some real estate things today. Wanted to bring you along the ride. Welcome to the channel. My name is John Michael Perez. Been doing real estate for around 9 years now. One really cool thing is I represent buyers, I represent sellers. I also purchase, remodel, flip houses as well. One thing that we're gonna be doing today, actually a couple things. We're gonna check on a flip house. We're gonna go look at another opportunity to purchase another flip opportunity. And then I've got a lot of clients that I've got to service. I've got some buyers I need to send some stuff to. There's a cop right to the left of me, as you can see. First, I'm gonna grab some coffee.
Hey, how are you?
Good, how are you? And I get, a gingerbread latte, hot. You know, 9 out of 10 millionaires become millionaires through real estate. I quit my job on a whim one day, decided I was gonna get into real estate, waited tables for 8 years before I got into real estate.
What's up, guys? We are here at the newest flip that we just purchased. Bought it for about $277. Going to put roughly 65, 70 grand into it, and hopefully it sells for a lot more. Got a new roof, repainting the exterior. If you're a real estate agent and you are not figuring out how to purchase properties yourself, you are missing out on a massive opportunity. And what's really cool is, like, back when I first started purchasing flip properties, I thought I needed all the money myself. When it comes to financing, you could simply start off with finding a partner that has money, and if you have the deal, that's the most important part, right? So today, I'm actually gonna go check out another property opportunity down in South Austin. It's gonna be a really good potential for us to purchase. But with this one, I'm gonna show y'all some video of the remodeled bathrooms and inside interior paint. So let's check it out. All right, so we're here at the second property. I'm gonna go walk in. I'm not gonna lie, it needs a lot of work. And so we just got here. We're in the South Austin area. It does look like it has a newer roof, which is pretty cool. But when you walk in, it's gonna need pretty much everything. New paint, taking down drywall, new floors. You're gonna have to take out a lot of stuff. If the sellers aren't willing to budge on price, they're definitely not something I'm interested in. But let's take a look. All right, so floors are pretty rough. They've got these old tile, and it's bad. I mean, looks like, check that out. So, surprisingly, this isn't the worst house I've bought before. Yeah, check that out. The thing is you've got to visualize what it actually can look like. Like, I could totally see us knocking that wall down, potentially. Actually, there's plumbing in the wall, so we'd probably have to reconfigure plumbing. But it needs new floors. We would totally take out these walls, replace them with some drywall. We'd have to either do a lot of coats of paint on that wall or just take it down. So originally, check that out. Originally, I thought this was going to be a $40,000, $45,000 fix, but it's like old carpet. Let's go look in here. Yeah, it's rough. It stinks in here too. I'm not going to stay in here longer than I need to, but I'm going to say, just depending on contractors, probably going to be $100,000 job. I mean, look at that. So it looks like a horror movie. The garage looks nice. All right, well, when it comes to purchasing flips, one thing that I do is I use hard money. And the outside of the house looks really good. I mean, looks decent. I'd probably repaint this brick, repaint the fascia, but Outside looks fine. It's the inside that needs work. All right, so that house was very rough, way worse than I thought. I honestly thought it was gonna cost maybe 50 grand to fix, but when I walked in, I'm thinking it's gonna cost double that, which is over $100,000. Now, most investors, when they see that property, they get scared. But honestly, some of the best deals come from the houses that need the most work, because a lot of people don't want to put the work in to get the result, right? And so the formula that I use is 70% of what I think the house is worth minus how much it costs to fix the property, right? And so I think that house is worth roughly $440,000. And so what I would do is I would do 70% times 440,000, and then I would minus 100,000, right? And to be honest, that would probably put us around an offer of 220, right? I've got to do the math. I can't do that. I can't do it in my head while I'm driving, but that's a very low offer. But if the sellers put the house on the market, they're probably going to be getting very similar offers as well. So I'm going to go ahead and put an offer in, see what happens. I don't get everyone. Honestly, I get probably 1 out of 30, but the 1 out of 30 pay really well. And the reason why we offer 70% of the after repair value is because we want margin just in case things go wrong, right? In case the market dips, in case there's something that we didn't realize needed to be fixed and it's a very expensive fix, right? This house in particular, the foundation looks good and the roof looks good, which are the two main expensive problems. But I don't know about the plumbing. I don't know about the electrical, and that could be very expensive fixes, right? So we need that margin in order to be safe. I purchased a property before where we purchased a little bit too high, and then the market dipped drastically, and then we were stuck with a property that we owed more than what it was worth, right? And so that only happened once to me, but luckily I got out of it with only losing like 2,500 bucks. To me, that's not much when it could have been way more. And if we didn't sell it at the price we did at that time, we would have lost even more because the market dipped even more, right? So 70% of value minus how much it costs to repair. I think it's going to cost about $100,000. So that's going to be close to what my offer is going to be. We'll see what happens. And guys, always do due diligence when it comes to how much the house is actually going to be worth when you sell the home. If you don't get really good comps, then you're going to screw yourself, right? That's why I always suggest getting a partner on your first few deals. And especially if you don't have all the money, you can always find a partner that does have the money. Flips, remodeling, game changing if you know what you're doing. If y'all ever have questions, please let me know. Reach out to me. Like, subscribe on this video. I'd love to be an additional layer of support for you. And if y'all have any other questions, maybe about contractors, real quick, contractors are extremely important. The thing about contractors for me is I don't want to micromanage. I want to tell them what they need to do and then they get it done, right? And so for me, the way I pay my contractors is I will front the money. I'll front usually about 25% of how much I owe them. And then the lender, I use the lender's remodel budget. They give me a draw to get paid back. And so I use the lender's money to remodel homes. Full transparency. Like, why not? Use other people's money, and it's not money that I have to spend. So just hit the curb, yay. Anyway, so hopefully this video was valuable for you. 70% minus the repair costs. Find really good contractors. If you don't have good ones,
Go network, go find really good ones. They're out there. One major last tip, don't hire contractors just because they're cheap. You will get horrible jobs done and have to go find contractors that actually know what they're doing. Oh, I've been there, I've done that. Don't do it. All right, see you on the next video. Like, subscribe if you like this video, and we'll see you on the next one.